Hi, everyone. Last time we were here, we talked about our acquisition of InfoSum and the future of AI. Today, we're going to talk about the next chapter in our journey, which is open intelligence. We know that media is everywhere and in everything, and consumers are traveling across an ever-increasing number of fragmented platforms. We also know that there's never been a more data-rich time to be in the media and advertising business. For years, we've been chasing match rates based on traditional identity. And we know that traditional IDs are only a small piece of the marketing puzzle. In some cases, they tell us who, but they don't tell us why and how. So how do we get to that next stage of understanding consumers and how they interact with advertising? Well, frankly, AI has been underhyped, not overhyped, in terms of how it will help us in the next generation of data-driven marketing. Open intelligence uses AI to incorporate all data from all platforms around the world, instead of just relying on traditional ID. It tells you not just who, but why and how consumers interact with brands. And to talk a little bit more about how that works technologically, I'll hand it to Evan Hanlon, CEO of Choreograph.
Thanks, Brian. So Brian talked a little bit about the challenges we have today around data and access and how narrow it can be based on both policy as well as regulation in the marketplace. Generative AI is already changing the way that we interact with the world. Consumers use large language models to turn text into images and images into videos. The way those models work is by identifying the patterns and signals within those different modes of data to create associations that allow us to create new information and creative output. We're applying the same exact principles to the data sets that Brian referenced before to create the world's first large marketing model. It breaks down the walls between big data and small data, fast data and slow data, platform data and publisher and retail data across the world. All of that information that we are then able to create and predict about the future powers the applications that live within WPP Open to allow your WPP media teams to deliver better, more effective, faster, and addressable results. It's a fundamentally different approach to how we use and interact with data. Instead of focusing on ownership and aggregation, we are obsessed with access and collaboration. Now, to contextualize what's at stake here and why it's so important to get this AI future right, I want to hand it over to Lauren, CEO of InfoSum, to go a little bit deeper about what our clients are thinking about.
There's a lot at stake because, let's be honest, marketers are under more pressure than ever to grow. And they're being asked to do more with less certainty, more scrutiny, and fewer signals. Relevance comes with responsibility, because it takes years to earn and strengthen consumer trust, and yet it only takes a second to lose it. And the moment you can lose it begins when you are sharing your customer data. If the very first step in working with a partner or an identity vendor is to share and send over your data, that is simply old-fashioned. We have evolved as an industry to offer secure and private data collaboration that unlocks new insights and that can allow for collective understanding of consumer behavior that drives performance. But you need control, and your data needs to stay where it is. No exposure, no movement, no questions, just instant, actionable intelligence across all of your channels. CMOs don't have to compromise between personalization and privacy. And if growth is a recipe, then identity is just merely one ingredient. Open intelligence adds the rest: behavioral signals, contextual insights, creative intelligence, or even campaign performance, all to be activated across channels at scale to drive outcomes. It's not only faster marketing, it's simply better marketing. This is a tool built for not only marketers, but for consumers. With open intelligence, marketers can stop merely targeting and start connecting.
In the time it's taken for you to watch this video, your audience has moved across search, social, influencer, retail media. You need a solution that keeps up with the pace of data and information and better defines consumer behavior across an increasingly fragmented landscape of media platforms. We call this open intelligence, which is intelligence beyond ID. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time.